All right, good morning. I am Tim Farnham with Black Label Real Estate, and this is your Monday morning market update. We are switching around the formats just a little bit. I wanted this to be maybe a little bit less formal and just a little bit more me talking to you, just to educate you on what's going on. So I do get emails and texts about what's people asking, hey, what's going on? Is this the right time to buy? Is this the right time to sell? Is the market crashing? All those questions. And I'm happy to have this conversation with you. The true answer is it the right time to buy? It depends. Is it the right time to sell? It depends. It is not a one size fits all answer. The market is absolutely changing right now, and anybody who wants to say that things are all rosy and perfect, it really depends. What we're seeing, and I'll show you the data here pretty quick. What we're seeing is in the single family home market, it is still incredibly strong. It's almost no change from what we've had in the first few months of the year. But the condo market is definitely changing. We're seeing the days on market go up from 2 weeks to almost like 41 days right now in certain segments. So there's definitely been a shift in the condo market. But the single family homes, man, they're still going in that like $1 to $2 million segment. They're still selling. They hit the market, they're gone within 2 weekends at 15, 20, 25% above list. So it really is a tale of two cities here. So let's get into some of the data. So welcome to the new format of the Monday morning market update. Let's get to it. So as you can see, the inventory has kind of leveled off. We started the year with only 437 homes available. It's been creeping up until about the middle of May. And then we've kind of been stuck here at about this like 1,200 homes for sale. Yeah. So then down here, you can see new homes. New homes is kind of up and down. We see on holidays, they go down. You can see like Memorial Day went down. Some other holidays, they went down. But the big thing here is that new homes have been actually going down over since the beginning of the year. Look at this. 230 in January, 211 in January, 224 homes hit the market. The last few months, it's been like 193, 71, 182. So we're actually it's kind of level, but it's kind of going down. But the big news is this. When we look at the closed homes have been going down and down and down. And that's why we're seeing this inventory buildup. So let's go to this next slide here. This is the condo market that we're looking at right now. So for homes available, we've got less condos in the under $1 million market available and less homes in the over $1 million market available. New homes, we were down by 16 in the over $1 million segment. But we are still having a lot of price reductions. I know this is like negative, like we had 13 less than we had last week in the over one, but still we have almost 60 price reductions in the condo market just last week. And that is the bulk of the price reductions that we're having. And then when we look on days on market, look at this. In the under $1 million segment, the median days on market is 51 days. That's almost 2 months. And so it's one of those things where it's like, if you're in the market for a starter home and you don't want to like be in competition amongst 100 of your closest friends to try to get a condo, it is a great time. It is a great time to buy, as long as your exit strategy is not, I want to sell in 1 year. If you want to buy a condo and you're kind of in this under $1 million segment and you want to sit on it for like 3, 4, 5 years, you are in great shape. The over $1 million segment, same kind of deal. Usually in real estate, we want the days on market to be about a month and a half. we don't like this market to where a house hits the market and then 2 seconds later it's gone. We don't like that. It's not a balanced market. And so even though for what we've known for the past few years, 41, 51 days on market seems like a really long time. But historically, that's what we would call a healthy market. That is a healthy balance. So, as long as your exit strategy isn't I want to sell in 1 year or 2 years, you're going to do just fine. And so let's look at this, the sale price, list price. So right now, for the homes that do hit the market, the condos that do hit the market that are priced right, and they do go within 30 days, they are still catching a premium of 5% above list price. Even in the over $1 million segment here, it's down 4% from last week, but it's still over list price. And so all this is showing is that if a condo is priced right, it's going to sell. If you are looking at a condo and it's been on the market for more than 30 days, you can probably get it at list price or maybe even 5% below. So if you're thinking about it, take the shot, write the offer, see what happens. If you love the home, just make the play. Let's see what's going on in the single family home market. So this is what I was talking about. So the available homes here are about the same. Only we're one down from last week in the under $1 million segment. We're up 7 from last week, which is not a huge change. New homes down by 2 in the under $1 million segment, down by 5 in the over $1 million segment. That is, in the $1 to $2 million segment. That is down significantly. What is that? 10% down roughly. Price increases, we're basically barely seeing any of those. Sometimes they come on the market and they are priced low and then they go through a price reduction. This is nothing unusual right here. The only thing that I want to point out here is that in the under $1 million segment, for those homes that sell within 30 days, they're averaging 13% above list price. Also in the $1 to $2 million range, this is still super hot. Look at this days on market, 20 days. So basically it goes on the market. They've got 2 open house weekends, and it's gone. Under $1 million market, same thing. It goes on the market on a Monday. They have an open house the next weekend, and it's in contract by the next weekend. So, that's single family homes in this under $2 million segment. They're still selling very, very quickly. And at 13% above ask in the under $1 million segment and at 17% above ask in the $1 to $2 million segment. So let's look at the luxury homes here. The luxury homes here, we're having a little bit of inventory pile up in the $2 to $3 million segment. We're up 10% from last week, but that's not huge. To balance that out, let's look at the closed homes. We're down by 2. Pendings is about the same. So again, there's no big shift in this single family home market. Homes are still selling for 15% above list price for the homes that are priced reasonably for what they are. So, if you do see a home and it's a single family home and you look at it and you're like, oh, this is wonderful. It is in our budget. This is exactly what we're looking for. And we've been looking for months. You're probably going to have to bid 20%, 15% above list price to get that. So not much has changed in the single family home market. Let's look at the over $3 million segment here. These are the ones that are definitely stalling out a bit. A month and a half ago, this number right here was at 115%. So at the true luxury homes, the over $3 million homes here in San Francisco, those are definitely not selling as fast and it's not as competitive lately, but they're still selling at a very balanced rate. We've had roughly 1,200 homes on the market for the past 3 months now. So we are finally kind of hitting this equilibrium of where we have about the same number of sellers as we have buyers. And a lot of that is a healthy market. And that is, something that I really want my clients to know is that we are heading to not a crash, but a balanced market where there are just as many sellers as there are buyers. And yes, when you do that, it does take a few months to find a home that you just look at and you're just like, oh, this is the perfect home for me. And that is normal. And that is what I think a lot of people don't understand is that a balanced market should be 45 days, 45 to 60 days. Because how many times have you just decided to go buy a house, and the first one you look at is the perfect house? Guess what? That's not the way it works. So that's why this market that we're in right now is heading towards a very balanced market. So let's look at we're going to go on to the buyer indicators right now. The price reductions, they've kind of leveled out. You can kind of see how at the beginning of the year, we were kind of under 40, and then they raised interest rates and it doubled. Now we're kind of hovering around 80. But if you look at this, if you look at the stretch from March until now, we're just kind of hovering around that like 75 mark. It's not going up. It's not going down. We have good weeks, we have bad weeks, but it's kind of plateaued. And also, when we look at these back on markets, these are people who they bought a house, they thought it was great, something fell through. Either they got cold feet and they turned it down because something they found on the inspections, or maybe the mortgage rates went up and they were just barely qualified, and now they can't get it. But again, since March, it really hasn't changed very much. So all in all, the market really is heading to a much more balanced place where there are just as many sellers as there are buyers. In the single family home market especially, we are seeing this kind of equilibrium now of where buyers can actually say, hey, I actually did want 4 bedrooms, and so we're going to go for it. Or, you know what, I kind of did want that more modern home, and so it's going to take us a month and a half or 2 months to finally find it. But when you do find that home, if it's a condo or if it's a single family home, you need to turn to a realtor who can look at the data, show you the comps, and show you what this home is really going to go for. I get calls and emails and texts all the time saying, hey, I want to buy. Is it a good time to buy? I found this home, but is it the right? And again, my answer is the same every time. It really depends. What is your exit strategy, and is it the right home for you? Because if it's the right home for you and you can afford it, yes, absolutely, it's the right time to buy. So anyway, this has been your Monday morning market update. I hope you found it educational, and I'm going to be doing these every week. Change the format up a little bit. I hope you like this one. But anyway, till next Monday, take care. My contact information is in the description, and if you want to get notified every Monday when these come out, hit the little bell, the little notify button, and then you can see these as they come out on Monday. So anyway, I hope you have a good week, and we'll see you next Monday.